Hey guys, I'm here doing a bit of a different video. This is gonna be my first of my top series. I'm calling it. I've already done my top 20 favorite films. This is gonna be my top three favorite directors of all time. Why three? Not five, not 10, because that would just be really, really difficult. So top three. So let's start off with number three. That would be Kevin Smith. I'm a huge Kevin Smith fan. He's my favorite comedic director. I'm a huge fan of comedy. He's the most consistent comedic director I've seen. His few Askew Universe movies, which are Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy, Dogma, Jane Silent Bob Strike Back, and Clerks 2, are some of the funniest movies I've ever seen. And I also love him. Beyond just his films, like him as a person, like he's a great public speaker. I love all his Q&As he's ever done. I'm actually wearing this is Mallrats shirt. I'm a huge fan of him. He's just a really great director. And I love how he's really down to earth. Like he's never been taken up by fame. Like he sort of is the type of guy who he knows where he came from, and he's really respectful to his fan base. I think. So yeah, number three, Kevin Smith. Number two, it's gonna be a bit of a controversial one for some of you. It's George Lucas. I want to start off by saying I don't hate the prequels. So, um, but Star Wars is, I probably have to say, is the most important thing in my life. It's it's the thing that inspired me to really God, I can't even find the words. Like it's the thing that inspired me to be who I am. Like the reason why I'm talking to you right now is because when I was a kid, I saw the Star Wars movies, and they inspired me to be imaginative and to always look in the good in people, and just all this stuff is just so important. George Lucas was the guy who created that. I actually don't hate the prequels. Um, I understand why some are, and everyone likes to say George Lucas raped your childhood, which I'm not trying to be mean when I say this, but if you're someone who says a movie or a filmmaker raped your childhood, you had no good childhood to begin with, okay? Um, alright, sorry, but George Lucas is still the guy who created Star Wars. And credit has to be due for that, for as important as it is. I mean, he's also done great films besides Star Wars. American Graffiti is a fantastic movie. I think THX 1138 is a really interesting movie. It's really like psychological. But he's he's a really good storyteller. Maybe not always a great filmmaker, but he's a great storyteller. And he deserves, for what his film series Star Wars meant to me, he deserves this spot on my list. All right, and my number one favorite filmmaker of all time is Steven Spielberg. Steven Spielberg is the most consistent filmmaker I've ever seen, and he's the guy who his movies are just fantastic to me. I mean, I'll just rattle off a few, in no real particular order, but just like the Indiana Jones trilogy, E.T., War of the Worlds, Saving Private Ryan, Jaws, like Jurassic Park. I mean, the guy's a freaking genius. He makes movies that are fun and imaginative and or dramatic, and they can mean something. Like, I mean, if someone was to say, okay, specifically, why is Steven Spielberg, like, why is he the best filmmaker ever to you? I would say the year 1993. And for those of you who don't know, in the year 1993, Steven Spielberg directed back to back Jurassic Park and Schindler's List. Two fantastic movies, movies that should be on anyone's at least top 100 list. And he did them in the same year. Like, there are some directors who can do a Jurassic Park and a Schindler's List, but like they have to have some years apart because Jurassic Park was it's a movie about a bunch of people trapped on dinosaurs. It's adventure. What's Schindler's List? It's just really dramatic story about Arthur Schindler and the Holocaust and all this. Like, there are some people, it's like they need a break in between, sort of, No, he finished Jurassic Park. He finished filming Jurassic Park, and then went immediately to Europe to film Schindler's List. Like, it kaboom in my head. Like, he's a genius, and he's such a warm person. Like, his movies can bring smiles to your faces, and he's a great storyteller, and he's also a great cinematographer. I still say, even though Empire Strikes Back is my favorite film of all time, Raiders of the Lost Ark is probably my favorite like shot film. Like, he just composes shots beautifully, and just he does action amazing. I mean, if I have to just name a few sequences, the truck scene from Raiders of the Lost Ark, the minecart fight from Temple of Doom, or the bridge scene from Temple of Doom, one of my favorite scenes ever. The tank battle, from Last Crusade, and he is just such a smart filmmaker, and is so good at what he does. I I really don't know what else to say about Steven Spielberg. He's my favorite director of all time. So those are my top three favorite directors, filmmakers of all time. Who are your top three, top five, top 10, whatever top you want to put? Put it in the comments below. Let's have a nice discussion. And remember, this is all purely opinion based. Your opinion is not the right one. My opinion is not the right one. It's what we all think. So, all right. Check out my reviews on my channel. I try to post one a week. And hit the subscribe button. All right. See you around.